Hi, my name is Sky, I'm 15, and I've always believed I was special. Not just cool, but truly special. My parents told me that I was a genius even since I was in the cradle. Why did they do that? Well, I was a test tube baby. Let me explain in case you don't know what that means. Instead of having a baby like everyone else did, my mom and dad got help from doctors in a laboratory. My parents always told me, "You're a scientific miracle. You have blue blood." Dad said that he believed our family was special since it belonged to the highest social class. Mom and Dad worked together in a famous company. They were both creative and very well known. As soon as I learned to talk, I immediately started to speak poetry. Mom wrote down all my poems like I was the second coming of Shakespeare. Whenever I painted, my parents took away my paintings to exhibit them. When I composed a melody for the first time, a movie director said he wanted to use it in his film. It wasn't chosen in the end, but it was still cool, right? My parents always bragged when the Millers came for a visit. Sky's painting was shown at the most popular exhibition in town.
Her poems were published in a Rising Young Poets collection.
The Millers were my parents' friends. They had a son, Henry. He was my age, and we'd been friends our whole lives. He was a genius kid like me.
Henry has been building robots and solving complex equations since he was 3. He plays the piano like a professional.
Henry and I often talked about how cool we were. We are the future.
We're gonna change the world.
I honestly believed that. Why wouldn't I? At school, I acted accordingly. I was brimming with confidence. I dyed my hair blue. You know, because I had blue blood and all that. Of course, some people didn't like it. Sometimes I got bad grades. Sometimes the other students painted or sang better than me. But my parents were always there to reassure me. Sky, they're just jealous.
The teachers only give you bad marks so you don't stand out.
I believed them, but there was one guy who drove me crazy. His name was Nick. He was an excellent student and always knew the answer to everything. Whenever I talked about myself, he reacted the same.
Oh, not this again.
He made fun of me all the time. He said I was a boastful turkey that only knew how to show off and didn't have any real talent. Nick is such a jerk. He's jealous of me.
Yeah, he's not at our level.
Henry and I even filmed a video in which I mocked Nick's way of talking, laughing, the way he always knew everything. Everything changed after that. It was an ordinary day. Henry and I were hanging out at an art exhibition that was displaying my paintings. I was feeling proud of myself until a woman came over and looked at my work.
What a daub.
Excuse me? This is my work. I'm an artist. A brilliant one.
Would you look at that?
This isn't the right place for you if you don't know anything about art.
Girl, it's you who doesn't understand. You'll see the truth soon enough, though.
Then she did something weird with her hand. I was shocked. What the heck? I didn't believe in magic, but for some reason, I felt uneasy. It had been so weird. At first, I didn't think much of it, but then my family hit a rough patch. My parents were both fired. Things at home were tense. They fought all the time, ate in silence, and didn't smile. Then, my paintings were removed from the exhibition. I was told they looked too amateur. My poems were no longer published in the school newspaper. No one listened to my music anymore. I couldn't believe it. What was going on? I was special, brilliant, or wasn't I? I suddenly remembered that woman from the exhibition. She had done some sort of ritual. Dang it. It was all her fault. I tried to talk to my parents about it, but they were too busy with their own problems. Mom kept crying. Dad was always on the phone looking for a new job. They had no time for me. Then I went to the Millers. They were our friends. However, when I told them everything,
well, now everything is right in the world. Henry was always better than you.
You don't think so, do you? He looked away. I couldn't believe it. I was abandoned by everyone. Things at school got worse too. My grades were terrible. Nick saw it and, of course, couldn't keep quiet.
Oh, look! Our genius has failed!
What a shock. I was walking home after school when I heard footsteps behind me.
Hey, Sky.
Leave me alone!
Wait, I didn't mean to make you cry, okay?
You've been making fun of me for as long as I've known you. Is it even more fun now that I've hit rock bottom?
That's not it. I can see that you're sad. Do you need help?
Nick was the last person I was expecting help from, but I didn't have anyone else. and I really needed to talk to someone. So I gave in and I told him everything.
A curse? Are you serious?
I knew I shouldn't have told you.
Well, if you really believe that, then okay, let's find that woman. Maybe she really is a witch. Who knows? Might be fun.
This is not fun. The next day, Nick and I came to the art gallery. I was nervous. My heart was pounding. Hello? We're looking for a woman. She was here at the last exhibition. She looked, Romani?
Oh, you're probably talking about Annabelle Grace. She's an artist from Oklahoma. Here's her business card.
Thank you.
Well, Miss Blueblood, are you ready for an adventure?
We went to Oklahoma. You know what the strangest thing was? My parents didn't even notice. They were too busy with their own problems. On the way to Oklahoma, I realized that I didn't know anything about Nick. He studied hard, helped his mother with his younger siblings, and even worked part-time. Nick said that he thought I was just conceited. But the truth was, I had been told I was special ever since I was a kid.
You know, sometimes when people believe in you like that, it can be dangerous. Because once they stop, you won't know who you are.
Those words stuck in my head. We found the address of that Annabelle Grace. She lived in an old house covered in paint and graffiti. Lift your curse off me. I can't take this anymore. Annabelle stared at me, blinked, and then burst out laughing.
A curse? Girl, you aren't Harry Potter. I didn't do anything like that.
What about
this? It's just a tattoo, nothing more.
But you said that.
I was just telling you the truth. You're not a genius. You're just a kid who's been lied to.
But my paintings, the exhibitions, my poems.
Your paintings? Your parents paid for them to be there. The exhibition administrator told us. I was surprised someone would deceive their child like that.
My knees got weak.
You should go home and have a serious talk with your parents.
When I returned home, I burst into the kitchen. My parents were arguing over who was to blame for their dismissal. Did you really pay for my paintings to be displayed at the exhibition?
We just wanted you to feel special.
You needed inspiration.
The Miller's boy was constantly surprising everyone. We didn't want to be outdone.
Then, did you write poetry for me too?
I did. I'm sorry.
What about my music?
Your father composed it.
We just wanted you to feel great. I burst into tears. I felt empty, deceitful, and pathetic. I wasn't a genius. I was just ordinary. Maybe even worse than that. The next day, I was sitting alone with no idea what to do.
Okay, if you want to be a genius, find something that brings you joy.
But I don't know what I want to do.
Why don't you try everything then?
First, we tried volleyball. I accidentally put on someone else's sneakers and tripped the whole time. This isn't it. Next was chess. I'll move my knight here.
Checkmate.
I yawned and lost to a first grader in 3 moves. This isn't it.
What about hobby horsing?
Like riding a stick horse?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
What if that's your calling?
I tried it, but fell face first into the mud. I don't like anything.
Sky, quit whining. Seriously, you're not a child anymore. Life is not about being adored all the time. If you want to achieve something, you need to work for it. Whining is for the weak.
It felt like a slap to the face. You're not my friend anymore. Got it? At home, I kept thinking about Nick's words while I was laying in bed. His words stung. But then I realized he was right. I was acting like a pathetic, whiny cow cake. He had just wanted to help. The next day, I found him in the school library. I'm sorry. You were right. I want to learn how to draw. For real. No lying, no bragging.
I knew you wouldn't give up. I've got a surprise for you. Hi, Sky. I'm gonna be here for a month until the exhibition ends. I could teach you if you want, but it's not going to be easy.
Of course, I want to learn. Thank you. From that moment on, my real life began. I went to Annabelle's place every day after school. The first thing she taught me was,
it's okay to make mistakes. What matters is learning and growing. Don't cry just because you're not being praised.
I learned to handle criticism. I redrew the same vase with apples 20 times. Sometimes I wanted to burn it, but I persevered. Nick and I became real friends, or maybe even something more. I realized I was waiting for him to text me every day and laughing at his stupid jokes. I wanted to be with him all the time. Thank you for everything. Without you, I would have given up.
Come on, you did everything yourself. I was just there.
And then we fell silent. It was nice. I even talked to my parents. I love you, but what you did was wrong. You wanted me to be someone I'm not.
We were just afraid that you wouldn't achieve anything. We wanted to be proud of you.
You didn't think I could achieve anything without your help, did you?
You're right. We're sorry. We'll fix everything.
Soon enough, my paintings no longer looked like daubs. Annabelle kept teaching me. Sometimes my paintings looked great, and other times they didn't. But I didn't give up. Nick was there for me. We walked home together, argued about books, and he sometimes held my hand. Naturally, I always blushed when he did that. As for my parents, they found new jobs at a local orphanage. It wasn't something fancy. They stopped showing off and competing with the Millers. I didn't think I had blue blood anymore. However, I believed that I could be good. Not perfect, just real. And that would be enough. One day, I was coming home from an art lesson. I had headphones on and was thinking about my next painting. I finally liked my works. They were getting a lot of likes on the internet. Teenagers from other countries commented that they were touching. Oh, then I suddenly ran into the Millers. They were beaming with pride. Henry was there too. He was holding a laptop and looking smug, as usual.
Oh, Sky, I heard that your brilliant paintings were removed from the exhibition, and that your poems were actually your mom's. How sad.
It was humiliating, of course. But now, I knew how to handle it.
Henry built a new robot. Boston Dynamics are interested in it. Can you imagine? He was invited to their conference. Our genius son is one of a kind.
Henry, are you sure you built the robot? Or was it your dad? You should make sure your parents didn't just pay everyone to think that you're a genius. Henry turned white as snow. His parents exchanged a quick look. They looked scared.
We're busy. Let's go.
That's when I realized I was right. Henry was living a lie. He was just like I had been before. Except I got out. I was happy again. But now, it felt different. Real. Until one day, my world collapsed again. That day, Nick came up to me at school. He looked nervous.
Hey, Sky, can I talk to you for a minute?
Of course.
Listen, I've been meaning to say this for a long time. You're cool, and I feel good with you. Do you want to be my girlfriend?
My heart skipped a beat. I was about to scream yes. But before I could do that,
what a coincidence! Nick, did you know that Sky thinks you're worthless? What? I have a video you should really watch.
I sometimes think that Nick just feels sorry for himself. His family's poor and he's playing the hero. A poor genius on a scholarship. It's ridiculous.
I froze. I'd said that while ranting. Henry had filmed me while I was spitting mad, and now he was using it against me.
So that's what you think of me? You know how hard life is for us. You've seen how hard I try, but you...
Nick, that's not true. It's taken out of context. I was furious. Everything was falling apart. I didn't think.
But you still said it.
What have you done?
I found out the truth. My parents did give bribes. I hadn't built any working robots. I didn't even really get the diagram. It was all fake. It's your fault that I know I'm nobody now, and that hurts.
For the first time, I didn't see Henry as an enemy. He was just a lost boy. I immediately ran after Nick.
Come on, Nick, answer the phone.
The number you are calling is not available at this time.
I trudged home, wet, freezing, and heartbroken. I had to do something because if I didn't, Nick would keep on believing I thought he was worthless. And that wasn't true. I spent all night painting with my fingers, with brushes, with all my heart. I drew us, all our moments. I drew Nick teaching me not to give up, Nick holding my hand, and Nick leaving. It wasn't a painting, it was a confession, an apology, and a hope. However, Nick didn't come to school, not the next day and not the day after. I called him, no response. Do you know what happened to Nick?
He's on academic leave because of his family. What did that mean?
I decided to go to Nick's house, but I didn't know where he lived. He'd never invited me to his place. After a few days, I remembered that Nick liked to visit the library. Could you give me the address of Nick Sachs? I want to return a book to him.
Wait just a minute, I will look at our database.
I ran there and saw nothing. Excuse me, do you know where the family that lived there is? The Sachs? They put the house up for sale and left yesterday. They said they wouldn't come back for a while, maybe ever. Where did they go? I don't know, honey. They didn't say. And then I realized he was gone, forever. The only thing that came to mind was the private diary, the YouTube channel that always saved me when I was crying under the covers. When my whole world was falling apart, only the stories of other kids helped me feel better. I told them about my parents' lies, about Henry, about Nick. I told them how I'd messed everything up and how much I wanted to fix it. And they agreed to draw my story.
Nick, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I said back then.
I didn't realize how hurtful that could be. You're the only one who saw the real me. Not the genius, but me, Sky. I don't want to lose you. If you're out there...
Please let me know. Does anyone watching this know him? Please, tell Nick that I'm waiting for him.